Today's topic is animal adaptations. So what is an adaptation? An adaptation is how a person or animal changes or adapts to survive. We change how we dress. When the weather gets cold, we wear coats and long pants. Similar to this, animals must adapt to change in their surroundings. What do all animals need? They need air, water, shelter, and food. What animals do or how they behave to get these needs is called an adaptation. An adaptation is a change that a living thing goes through so it fits better with its environment. An adaptation can be a physical feature or a behavior that helps an animal get food, protect itself, move, or reproduce. A physical adaptation is a type of structural modification made to a part of the body. It is something that you can see. For example, a physical adaptation could be webbed feet, sharp claws, a large beak, wings, feathers, fur, or scales. Physical adaptations may be used for protection. Mimicry and camouflage are two of the most common. The viscery butterfly mimics the monarch. The monarch is known as a poisonous butterfly, and birds know not to eat it. The viscery is not poisonous, but because it looks very similar to the monarch, many animals stay away. Camouflage is great. The chameleon's green coloring keeps it safe from harm. It matches the trees and brush it lives in, so predators cannot see it. The chameleon only changes color when it feels it's in immediate danger. I know I try and stay away from a skunk. A skunk uses a special musk to spray when it feels it's facing danger. This special physical adaptation keeps it safe from harm. A behavioral adaptation is something an animal does or how it acts. This adaptation usually is in response to some type of external stimulus. An example of a behavioral adaptation is what an animal is able to eat, how it moves, or how it may protect itself. Migration and hibernation are two special types of behavioral adaptations. Migration is when animals move from one place to another in search of food or to find a warmer place to live. Hibernation is when an animal goes into a dormant or inactive state to avoid extremely cold weather conditions. Brown bears are known for hibernating in the winter. Estivation is the same as hibernation, but it is done by animals trying to avoid very hot conditions. Instincts, or inherited behaviors, are behaviors that are natural rather than learned. Instincts help animals meet their needs, and they are behaviors that are inherited from one generation to the next. Have you ever seen a row of ducks crossing the street? Ducklings, for example, are born with the instinct to follow their mother. By staying close to her, they get the protection and the food that they need. Let's take a look at some adaptations. Polar bears have thick fur coats and blubber, a layer of stored up fat, to keep them warm. Their sharp claws and teeth help them catch and eat their food. The barn owl has many physical adaptations. It has good eyesight and excellent hearing. Soft feathers make the flight silent to help hear the prey when hunting. Sharp talons and powerful feet help capture their prey. Take a look at this fish. Flounders are different from most other fish. Both of its eyes are on the same side of its flat body, the top side. Being thin allows flat fish, like the flounder, to bury themselves under the sand and poke their eyes out and sneak up on prey. When the prey gets too close, they come out of the sand and eat the smaller fish. Some adaptations are used for protection. Some animals have adaptations that help them avoid being eaten by predators. Let's see some examples. Another adaptation that may protect animals are bright colors. Bright colors may warn predators that an animal may be poisonous. Some animals are protected by stingers, quills, bitter-tasting flesh, or smelly sprays. And some animals have hard shells or spiny skins. Tomorrow we will take a closer look at bird adaptations. Feathers are an important adaptation for birds. Without feathers, birds could not fly, no matter how light their bodies are. The shape of their beak helps a bird get food. Tomorrow we will take a closer look at how birds' beaks have adapted to feed on different foods within a specific habitat. Let's take a look at a few examples of different beaks. Finches eat mostly seeds. Their tough-looking beaks are perfect for cracking the shells of seeds. Look at the heron's long, sharp beak. It's perfect for spearing fish. Hummingbirds poke their long, sharp beaks into flowers to gather nectar. Each of these three birds have a different type of beak based on their environment. Physical adaptations don't form overnight. They can take hundreds of years to transform, and usually change because of the climate. With today's constantly changing environment, animal habitats or living places are changing. An animal has to readjust to the new surroundings or climate. If they can't, the animal would die. Through the process of natural selection, traits that are essential to an organism's survival are passed on to future generations. Those traits that are not necessary for survival become less common in future generations. Confused yet? Let's see what you know. Click on the following assessment and answer the questions. When you're finished, come back and we will talk about what we're going to do tomorrow. Let's leap into tomorrow's activities. Tomorrow we will use the new information that we have learned to investigate the following: how different kinds of birds' beaks have adapted to feed on different foods within a specific habitat. We will also investigate how adaptations help animals survive in cold climates. If you're interested in the experiment that we will do tomorrow, click on the blubber glove experiment. I can't wait for you to try it. See you tomorrow.